All right, let's dive into this explainer and untangle the chaotic world of modern home theater setups. Look, if you've got a TV, a monitor, a gaming console, and a streaming stick, you know exactly what kind of cable chaos I'm talking about. It feels like every single new gadget just adds another massive layer of complexity to your living room. Well, today, we're looking at the GANA HDMI bidirectional splitter. It basically acts as a digital traffic cop for all your high-definition data, finally bringing some much-needed order to the madness.
I mean, we have all been there, right? You're trying to switch from your PC to your gaming console, and suddenly you find yourself doing some weird form of awkward yoga just to reach the back of your television. It is incredibly annoying to constantly swap HDMI cables while balancing on one foot, trying not to knock over your speakers. And honestly, it's worse than just being annoying. You are physically wearing out the delicate, expensive ports on the back of your display every single time you yank a cable out and forcefully jam another one in. Those ports? Yeah, they definitely aren't built for a daily game of tug-of-war.
But hey, if you think you're alone in this struggle, just consider the massive social proof on this. Over 27,200 people have reviewed this specific little device on Amazon, and it's maintaining a super solid 4.3-star rating. That massive number tells us right out of the gate that this isn't just some experimental, flimsy gadget. It's a proven, incredibly popular solution that thousands of people are using right now to fix their entertainment setups and, honestly, save their sanity.
So what exactly is this thing? Let's formally introduce our hero. A bidirectional HDMI switch is a device that routes your high-definition data in two distinct directions. It can take two input sources and route them into one single output screen. Or it can take one input source and route it out to two different screens. Actually, the best way to think about it is like a smart intersection, where you get to control the flow of traffic with just the push of a button. Because why continually unpave and repave the road when you can just sit back and effortlessly direct the traffic? Now, to clear up any confusion right off the bat, because the word bidirectional sounds super technical, let's break down this dual identity. In switch mode, you take two inputs and route them to one single display. This is absolutely perfect for when you want to connect multiple devices, like, say, an Xbox and a PlayStation, to just one TV. Conversely, in splitter mode, you take one input and push it out to two different destination screens. So it's just one compact piece of hardware, but it performs two completely different, highly essential jobs depending on exactly how you plug your cables into it.
First up, let's look at Mode 1, the switcher. This setup effortlessly solves that classic not enough ports problem that plagues almost every television out there. And the setup? It is unbelievably straightforward. Step 1, you just connect two signal hosts, like your PC and your PS4, directly into the inputs of the switch. Step 2, connect the switch to your single TV or monitor. And Step 3, you literally just press the physical select button right on top of the box to toggle between them. What's absolutely brilliant here is the purely plug-and-play nature of it all. There are no external power cables or messy power bricks required to get this up and running. This brilliant little workflow is absolutely crucial for preserving those expensive display interfaces. By relying on a manual push button instead of physically yanking cables every afternoon, you completely prevent permanent damage to your TV's HDMI ports over time. Plus, the device has these two really handy LED indicators. A crisp blue light actively shows you exactly which port is in use at any given moment, instantly confirming that both your high-fidelity audio and video are transmitting smoothly. No second guessing required.
All right, let's reverse the flow and explore the second identity, Mode 2, the splitter.
Here, we are completely flipping the script on the traffic flow. Step 1, connect just one signal host, like a TV box or an Apple TV, to the single input port. Step 2, connect the switch to two separate displays, maybe your primary living room TV and a nearby computer monitor. And Step 3 remains exactly the same. Manually press that select button to seamlessly route the signal to wherever you want it to go. Same simple hardware action, totally different result. Now, listen up, because when you're setting this up, you absolutely must remember this one golden rule. Only one display works at a time. This is probably the single most misunderstood aspect of affordable HDMI splitters across the board. This specific device will not mirror your game or movie to two separate screens at the exact same time. It acts as a dedicated AB switch for your destination screen. You get to choose one or the other, but never both at once. Actually, let's look at the manufacturer's own words to ensure we are crystal clear on this. They state, in splitter mode, only one of the two displays works at a time.
only by manually pressing the select button. It's so important to keep our expectations realistic when we evaluate hardware specs like this. This isn't some automatic matrix that magically detects where you're sitting in the room. It's a deliberate, manual controller. It puts you fully in charge of where the signal goes, completely avoiding that common buyer frustration of expecting simultaneous dual-screen mirroring from a simple, unpowered switch.
Okay, let's get into some essential setup pro tips. To guarantee you actually get that truly immersive, cinema-like experience at stunning 4K resolution and 60 Hz, we do need to talk about physical limitations. First, you gotta use standard HDMI 2.0 cables. Older 1.4 cables, they simply don't have the internal bandwidth to push 4K at 60 frames per second. But even more importantly, and definitely write this down, the total length of your entire HDMI cable setup must be under 3 meters. That's roughly 9.8 feet. Since this device operates elegantly without external power, stretching your cables further than that risks severe data loss and you'll get the dreaded blank screen. But don't worry if you have slightly older tech, the Switch is fully backward compatible with 2K and 1080p displays too.
Gamers, pay close attention here. These are some highly actionable troubleshooting steps straight from the manufacturer, just in case your screen happens to go blank when connecting modern consoles. If you're on a PS4 Pro pushing 4K at 60 Hz, you might need to jump into your system settings and drop the output from 2160p RGB down to YUV 420, or even step it down to 1080p. For the Xbox One X series, you might need to drop the refresh rate to 25 Hz. And if you're lucky enough to have brand new hardware aggressively pushing 4K at 120 Hz, you absolutely must throttle that down to 60 Hz so the Switch can actually handle the massive signal without dropping out mid-game.
Now, pushing 3.4 gigabits per second of data undeniably generates some heat, which brings us to the physical design of the device itself. It features a robust, high-quality aluminum alloy case. And that's not just to make it look premium. That metal housing actively allows for rapid heat dissipation, safely handling the thermal load of all that continuous data transmission. It also boasts an anti-fingerprint surface and a remarkably compact, pocket-sized design. I mean, it can literally tuck away completely unnoticed behind your entertainment center while doing all the heavy lifting for your devices.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I gotta ask, is your entertainment setup truly serving you, or are you serving it? We spend thousands of dollars on brilliant screens and powerful consoles, only to find ourselves held back by $10 worth of messy cables. If a pocket-sized piece of aluminum can completely eliminate your cable chaos and act as the ultimate digital traffic cop for your media, what other annoying bottlenecks in your home are just waiting to be optimized? Rethink how your media flows, take back your physical space, and demand more from your setups. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.